Hello, my name is California, and welcome to the What Would Jane Do reading holiday edition. I thought I'd have just a little bit of fun before we get started and just kind of talk about my little setup here. So I've got some votives out, some candles out. I've got a fun little reindeer votive holder that I bought a few years ago when I was lucky enough to take a trip to Switzerland, and at the Zurich Christmas market they had a booth where they were selling these beautiful votive holders, and so I bought one. I've got Jane's History of England by a partial prejudiced and ignorant historian, which she wrote when she was 15 or thereabouts. I've just got a little bit of other holiday ambiance here. I've got my angel, and I've got my December print, and my candles are fresh balsam and like a cinnamon flavor. So anyway, that's my setup. The cards decks that I'm using is the Jane Austen Tarot. I bought that a couple years ago when I was visiting a friend of mine in Richmond, Virginia. These two decks are just playing card decks. Both of them are Jane Austen themed playing card decks, and I bought both of them when I was in Bath, England a few years ago, and was able to go to the Jane Austen Center, and they have a beautiful shop. They also have a shop online which has a huge array of Jane Austen themed merchandise, and I've bought some of it, and it's always been very high quality. So it's just, again, something that speaks to me. And then the last deck I have is my own deck, which I'm calling Illuminations from Jane Austen's Pen, and it's more of a tarot / oracle deck that I created during the pandemic when I had all that free time on my hand. So that's my little setup today, and I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to whoever is joining. I'm glad to have you here with me. It's a cold, drizzly day here, and so it felt like a really nice time to try to tap into some energy. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with, actually I'll just put a couple of these aside until I'm ready. Hang on, I have a certain order that I like to do them in. Okay. All right, we're going to start off with the Jane Austen Tarot, and she's going to give us a storyline, a plot line, if you will, for what will give us some nice advice at this time of year. Of course, we always like the love stories. We like to see everybody get their happy ending. So let's go ahead and get this storyline. We need a holiday story, Jane. She's thinking. Oh. Okay, I've got the Magician, the King of Clubs, which is the King of Wands, which is that fiery energy. And you can see this is Jane sitting at her desk writing, or yeah, let's see what else happens. Okay, what else? Tell us our holiday story, Jane. Oh, we've got two twos. So we've got the Hanged Man, which is the Two of Spades or the Two of Swords. So now she's reading the book that she wrote, I guess. We've got the Two of Clubs, which is the Two of Wands. Sure looks like Elizabeth and Darcy at the ball to me. And let's get one more, please. What else is going on in this story? Here. Okay. Oh, and the King of Diamonds, which is the King of Pentacles. I like that. On the bottom of the deck, we have another two, which is the Two of Hearts or the Two of Cups. So, Jane is telling us a love story today, which is what we want. What I'm getting with the first one is, actually what I'm getting with all of these. So again, holiday theme, it's holiday time. Everybody's maybe finding a little downtime at home to be able to just sit and do some of the things that they don't feel that they can do at other times of the year, when things are so fast paced, or when you feel so obligated because you've got you're running around kids like a taxi service to all of their events. You've got your responsibilities in working or volunteering or whatever you do as a rule, and those things tend to quiet down. And so it's being able to maybe write your Christmas cards or write a letter to a dear friend, or do something else where you can, and this could be blogging too, of course, but just being able to take the time to do something the right way. Right meaning not WRITE, but RIGHT. The right way. And for some reason, she's telling me to say also the right WRIGHT. Like there's a methodical, appropriate way to do things that take dedication and time and practice. And that's what this person is doing. They're using this time to sit down and do something the right way. It's also a time to sit back and indulge a little bit. This Hanged Man is sort of regrouping, reading a novel. It feels so indulgent sometimes to sit down and just read a novel, and that's your activity for the day. A lot of us have bedtime books where we read a chapter before lights out kind of thing, and that can be a very effective way to kind of wind down before sleeping, or just kind of detox from internet or TV a little bit before you go to bed. And you can still enjoy reading that way, but this is really just dedicating time to just, kind of doing that thing that you don't normally give yourself time to do. So that's what I see this person doing. And this could also be study, I just heard. This could be, there are a lot of websites that you can sign up on that'll teach you how to do something. This could also be something like that, where, maybe there's a small little program like a lecture series, or, a hands-on crafting series, or something that is a number of episodes that are sort of you sort of self-teach, but you're watching somebody do it. I'm getting some of that as well, as like taking the time to do something just very dedicated. But also have fun. Take advantage of the invitations. This is a celebration time of year. You should be going out and meeting up with people and doing those things, taking advantage of the season, and enjoying the unique activities that do pull you out of this indulgence back into the social whirl of things, but in a festive and fun way. And then we've got the King of Pentacles here, who's basically saying, you've earned it, baby. You've earned, you work so hard all year. You've made sure that you've kept the roof over your head, that you've had enough to eat, that you've taken care of other people, that you've, saved for the rainy day. And it's really just saying, this is a time of year to take advantage of all the benefits that this end of year period can do for everybody. So, not everybody can slow down for longer than a day or two. That's well understood. But this is basically, saying that you really should be trying to do that. All right. So, Jane, I'm going to get a clarifier for each of these. And let's just see what else we can add to the advice. So please clarify the King of Wands here, which is also the Magician in this deck. Okay. That's the Jack of Hearts or the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, of course, is usually thought of as sort of the guy who comes along, riding along, looking good, with his heart open and making offers. In this deck, they've got that attributed to Emma Woodhouse from Emma. She, of course, that character is very open, and she would probably win the Miss, what is it, the Miss Amity Award or whatever in the beauty pageants, because she just makes friends with everybody and kind of gets her nose into things, but, people seem to esteem her for whatever reason. So with that against this energy of taking time to write that letter, to me, this is reminding you that is sort of the person that a lot of people think of you as, that you are the person who will take time and recognize somebody or recognize an event, and it's not just sort of the cursory, yeah, I'll be there, or yeah, how you doing? This is the person who really takes the time, or has in the past taken the time to forge relationships and reach out, maybe to an older relative or to a coworker that, is maybe, I don't know why I'm getting an older vibe here, but somebody who appreciates sort of that is more sensitive to that kind of relationship than some of the modern connectivity that we have. And they think of you because they remember that, the technology that we have today just hasn't been around as long as people think it has. We have generations who have grown up without, sort of having to make transitions from analog to digital and then digital to cloud and all of that kind of stuff. But this is speaking to a relationship that you have with people who are a little bit more entrenched in the older ways. And there was a time when you did communicate with them on that level, and maybe this is the only time of year where you sit down and you sort of remember what it felt like to write an actual card and send it in the mail, kind of a thing. So that's the energy that's coming off of this, is that remembering that you really actually are good at that kind of relationship building, and that you enjoy it when you do it. Okay, let's see what's going on with this Hanged Man. Well, we've got the Ace of Diamonds, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is attributed to Charlotte Lucas from Pride and Prejudice in this book. So Ace of Pentacles is usually considered a tangible new start or the beginning of something that is real in your life. An offer that comes in that is, kind of a bona fide offer kind of a thing. With the Two of Swords and the energy that we were talking about with the, sitting down and indulging, this is, I just heard start to finish. This is something where you are actually, again, able to dedicate time to do something from start to finish. And you're going to, whether that's reading a book, whether that's taking the craft course online, whatever it is, it's something where you're going to feel like, oh God, I'm so glad I finally did that. I finally dedicated time. I finally did it. And I just feel so good for having done it. And it's something that I can look back to and say, oh, oh, I did that. That's great. And wow, I actually made time for that. We just have such busy lives that are so distracting from some of those kinds of things. So I see another vote of confidence for that as well. Let's see about this party atmosphere here with the Two of Wands. Clarify the Two of Wands, please. Oh, we've got a lot to say here. So we've got the Queen of Wands. Of course, that's Lady Catherine de Bourgh from Pride and Prejudice and all of her fireplaces. And I just dropped one in one moment, please. While I adjust to grab that. Okay. So we've got Lady Catherine de Bourgh. So maybe you're going to a ball not a ball, but, well, it could be a ball. Maybe you're going to a fancier party than you normally get to go to. We've also got the Seven of Swords here, which is John Thorpe from Northanger Abbey. He's sort of the Seven of Swords is usually the deceptive energy, the kind of getting away with something or being just, something that's hidden, that's kind of somebody's sneaking off. And then we've got the Two of Cups. So it's interesting because we've had remember our foundation energy here was also the Two of Cups. So we do have, date night. We have date night. There may be a surprise that's happening, or maybe you're going, it may be something where you get there and it's different than what you thought the event was going to be. So this may just be kind of a reminder to, kind of wear your best shoes. I don't know why that just came up. But like make sure that, that you're kind of, feeling good about the way you're presenting yourself, because this is, it's just going to be an event where maybe somebody's going to show up that you had not expected to see, and you wouldn't want to be caught looking a little frumpy or whatever that is. But it does feel like you probably need to kind of up your game a little bit. And, that's easy to do at this time of year because everybody wants to kind of wear their sweater with the glitter in it, or the, whatever it is, the satin gown, or the, the cute shoes with all the diamond sparkles on them and stuff like that. This is basically saying, yeah, that's exactly, you want whatever you feel, whatever's in your wardrobe that makes you feel best is what you should be wearing. But pay attention to the details. Again, I don't know why the shoes thing came up, but it's almost like what I'm being shown is a pair of shoes with scuffs on them, or where the leather or the, is kind of chipped or cracked and stuff. And there's an attention to detail that you're being asked not to overlook here. Okay, King of Pentacles. Let's see what comes up for the King of Pentacles here. Whoa, okay. All right. 2. So we've got 8 of Wands, which is Mr. Elliot from Persuasion. 8 of Wands is usually the big time communication card. Incoming quickly kind of stuff. And then we've got the 2 of Swords. Lots of 2s here today. We've had duplicate 2s. With the only 2 that hasn't come up is the 2 of Pentacles. But this is Lady Bertram from Mansfield Park. So 2 of Swords is, kind of having choices. This is communication. Again, when we were looking at this King of Pentacles earlier, basically saying, baby, you're worth it. Do it. You've been waiting all year for this, and now you actually have the ability to go and do that. This is, and I think it's substantiated too by this 7 of Cups on the bottom, which is Mr. Knightley from Emma. But the idea of having choices, having a lot of invitations coming in, maybe having a lot of invitations also going out. You could be the host here, and there's a needing to make maybe final decisions. This could be actually going into New Year where you're needing to make a determination about what you're going to do on that final night of the year. There's okay, so you go to parties and you see everybody and they're like, oh, we should get together. Oh, we should take advantage of this time of year. Oh, what are you doing next week? And you're like, ew. Oh. And you're like, yeah, next week was the week that I was going to do my craft stuff or read that book one day and just sit there with my cocoa and watch the snow fall or whatever. And so this is just, kind of remembering this kind of sort of freedom of scheduling maybe only happens at this time of year. There's a lot of people who love you, who want to see you. There's a lot of people that you love, that you want to see. And so there's, just a balancing of it that you'll have to do to feel like you sort of got the most of both worlds. I think that's where the 2s are coming in. It's the both worlds. It's that balance of you time, extra you time, and them time, and just trying to see where that sort of teeter-totters into place. Okay, so what else can you tell us, Jane? What else do you want us to know? Tell us a little bit more about this situation. I'm getting some little weird instructions here to do it like 2 piles, almost like a pick-a-pile, to for like one situation and another. And anyway, so let's get, yeah, they're being too sticky. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to pick one from the top and from the bottom, and then I'm going to cut again. We're experimenting because I'm doing what I was told to do. And on the bottom is the 8 of Cups. May I ask whether these pleasing attentions proceed from the impulse of the moment, or are they the result of previous study? And this 8 of Cups, remember, is the one where you're sort of turning your back on something that was good. So, all right, so we're calling this pile 1 and pile 2. Actually, I'll find something funny to put on there just so that we can do it like a real pick-a-pile. Okay. All right, let's see here. Top, bottom. Let's see what comes up. Jane being tricksy. Okay. Top, bottom. And then on the bottom of this one is the Six of Pentacles, which is that exchange of something tangible or energy, something that's kind of comes into material. Okay, so we've got a man would always wish to give a woman a better home than the one he takes her from. And he who can do it must, I think, be the happiest of mortals. All right, so and I told you we'd do something fun. So we're putting this this miniature pine cone on pile 1. And we're putting this little, this little berry thing on pile 2. Okay, so let's see if you picked the pine cone pile. Let's see what situation we're talking about. So we've got the 10 of Wands. Oh, that's the burden. My being charming is not quite enough to induce me to marry. I must find other people charming. One other person at least. And the Ace of Swords, which is they're attributing to Eleanor Dashwood. I'm sorry, the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, that's the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Pentacles. What is right to be done cannot be done too soon. And the Page of Wands. I can listen no longer in silence. I must speak to you by such means as are within my reach. Okay, some kind of something is happening. Three of Pentacles is usually a work situation. 10 is usually the burden card, the overburdened, but at the end of a cycle, kind of burdening. The Ace of Pentacles, as I said before, is sort of that offer being made. And then we've got the Page of Wands, which is sort of that new start, that sort of bold moving forward. Something is coming to, some cycle is coming to an end. It's been a little bit difficult, but it's coming to an end because a new something is coming in to take its place. This may be something you already know about. It's very likely that it's related to work. So a new job, a new, a promotion, maybe a new office space, a new something. But it does feel like it's work related because of the Pentacles here. And then the Page of Wands, it's a new start. It's like this may be you kind of using the end of the year as a barometer to make a decision to move away, or maybe you've already put in your notice and you've already got another position lined up and you're just kind of closing out the year with an opportunity to start fresh in 2023. And what I'm getting is that if you already put your notice in and or maybe you've even you're in holiday mode, completely free and available because you've already closed out the old position. This is for you going forward. So again, this is like, take advantage of this time, because when things start up again, you're going to really be glad that you took that time for yourself. So that's my pine cone people. Now I'm going to go to my berry people. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. I could not be happy with a man whose taste did not in every point coincide with my own. He must enter in all my feelings. The same books, the same music must charm us both. So Four of Pentacles is that sort of miserly energy, sort of, you've got what you need, but you're holding on to it. You're not sharing it. Oh, another Four of Cups. I had not known you a month before I felt that you were the last man in the world whom I could ever be prevailed on to marry. Well, we know who said that. That was Miss Elizabeth Bennet to Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy. And this is this. So the Four of Cups is where the universe is giving you something, but you're being distracted or just not even willing to look at it. So that's what she's doing here. She's being given something. So here's one where we're not sharing, and here's one where we're not taking. Oh, and now we've got the Ace of Wands. Indulge your imagination in every possible flight. Queen of Wands. Oh, right, right. Finish it at once. Let there be an end of this suspense. Fix, commit, condemn yourself. We were going from an Ace of Wands to a Queen of Wands in this stuck energy. I think this is telling you that, okay, fine, take your little break. Turn off the phone. Shut down the internet. Sit on your couch with your book. You've earned it, baby. And that's great. I think this is saying that this is, again, it's basically a little call to action to, this may be my people who just get overwhelmed and need to hide pile, because it's lurking. But I think that it's also lurking because you're just a highly creative individual. I think that you are the type of person who thrives on that kind of activity. Oh, wow. And I just got that you may not like to admit to people that you shut down. Like there are times when you will just shut down completely and people are like, wait a minute, we haven't heard from so-and-so in a while. And you like it that way. You like it not necessarily to be an enigma or to worry people, but it's like you like the idea of being so in control of your surroundings that you can tune it all out. But people's perception, and rightly so, is that you've always got something next to move on to. That's interesting. Yeah, you're not afraid to pick up and move on. You're like the person who will start something and then hand it over to other people, and then you're starting something else with a whole nother group of people, or just in a completely different way, with other folks. So what I'm getting here is that we've got, obviously, in my kindred collective who show up for these readings, and thank you very much for that. We've got a diverse range of people. We've got people who are super duper active and kind of go on shut down, not just at this time of year, but maybe at other times too. But it's easier for them to sort of get away with it, and people not to bug them too much at this time of year. And that's how they, kind of regroup to get started again. And then we've got the folks who sort of get, really sort of store up all the activities of the year, and they want to take advantage of these couple of weeks to start over. But again, I got the work, the effort. I'm getting the effort is something that they just there's a little bit more joyousness in the Pinecone people, only because they're willing to talk to people throughout the season, whereas I'm getting that the cranberry, or whatever this berry, shriveled up little berry people are, kind of like, yeah, I do that enough time during the year. This is where I go on hiatus and close out. So very interesting. Again, I feel like just everybody's being the call to action is to chill and charge, and that's exactly what I think a lot of us just do automatically this time of year. But this is, a uh, confirmation that you're doing the right thing, and B, um, I think she just said Merry Christmas. I think she just said Happy Holidays. I think she just said Happy New Year, and do what you got to do. All right. Well, I guess that's where we'll end it. Thanks, everyone. Have a great holiday. Bye.